It's another busy day on the campaign trail. On day 12, all party leaders hit the ground running, making promises to woo voters across Canada. Also here in Toronto, some notable candidates who served within the Liberal government, one of which was controversially ousted from the PM's caucus. I'll tell you more about what they had to say in moments, but first, here's just some of the promises made to Canadians today. On the East Coast, Andrew Scheer proposing sweeping changes to legislation on services delivered to veterans within a timely manner. The PC leader pledging $50 million over 2 years for new investments into a reliable pension program. Also promising to clear the veterans' benefits backlog, also within 2 years if elected. A problem that has been a source of concern for governments in the past. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh making stops in both Ottawa and Gatineau, both recently hit hard by floods. The NDP pledged an additional $2.5 billion to help cities and provinces deal with flooding, saying the Liberals failed to address this climate emergency.
So what we've seen for too long is that there is a crisis that happens, and then afterwards there's a response. And instead of responding after the case, what we're proposing is if we give investments to municipalities right now, they can put in place the infrastructure to avoid this from happening.
Today we're focused on affordability.
In the Liberal stronghold of Brampton today, leader Justin Trudeau making a pledge to support middle-class Canadians.
Middle-class Canadians won't pay taxes on the first $15,000 of income they earn.
He continued to field questions on recently resurfaced photos that show the PM in brown and blackface. He once again took responsibility for those photographs, but when asked if he participated in the racist practice rooted in white supremacy since 2001, he didn't answer.
I've been very clear with Canadians on this issue over the past number of days, and I will continue to be clear with Canadians. We're going to work together to build a brighter future.
This controversy was also addressed by Liberal candidate Chrystia Freeland today, minutes into a town hall with the National Council of Canadian Muslims.
I was very disappointed and troubled. From my perspective, I absolutely believe that his apology was sincere.
Ousted Liberal MP and former Attorney General Jody Wilson-Raybould was also in Toronto today to promote her newly released book. The now independent Vancouver candidate wasn't asked about Trudeau's photos while on stage. Raybould, who has pushed for the prioritization of Indigenous issues in Canada, says the government has made progress in addressing these issues, but there's still much more to do. She was asked which party she felt would make progress.
There is absolutely no party that is best positioned to do all of these things. That if we think one party has monopoly on all of the solutions or all of the truths, we're never going to resolve or take bold climate action, resolve Indigenous reconciliation. We have to move beyond parties.
Meanwhile, Green Party leader Elizabeth May continues to campaign in Victoria, British Columbia. In Toronto, I'm Faiza Amin for City News.